Hai, dalam BuzzPOP hari ini kita bakal membedah Superman Lois Season 2 episod 8. Para panelis kita malam ini terdiri daripada saya, Nadzru Iskandar daripada BuzzPOP TV, Abang Feris kita, Kaki review filem. What's up bro? How you doing man?
Oh yes, with my 3 favorite girls. How are you? My 3 favorite girls.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Oh, my girls okay?
Yes, grandpa. Yes, grandpa.
Ya papa,
Yes,
okey
general.
sangat.
Yes, general.
Ya.
Tak, dia rupanya daripada dimensi lain. Lepas tu dia ingat dia dah kahwin dengan kita. Seterusnya, Justin, what's up bro? How you doing man?
Hi everybody, selamat malam. Happy streaming. Black Superman is
Hi.
here.
Welcome back. Dan terakhir sekali adalah Wan Muhammad yang tengah hunting di Bukit Bintang. What's up bro? How you doing man?
Ya, I'm good. Aku sekarang tengah stuck between two worlds. Tengah cari nak jalan balik macam mana ni bro?
Everything
dia macam
all at once.
ya,
Everything everywhere all at once.
dia macam Natalie tengah cakap dengan Hedy kan. Aku kat mana ni? Aku nak jumpa keluarga aku. Tapi hanya boleh bercakap dengan papa yang kepala kotak ni. Hello. Kan dengan
Harapnya- Harapnya bukan papa jahat So
tu ni yang cakap, bukan aku.
alright guys, so kita akan memulakan pembedahan kita malam ini dengan reaksi satu ayat. Alright, jadi reaksi satu ayat aku terhadap episod Superman Lois minggu lepas adalah welcome back. Selepas dah bercuti selama 1 minggu, siri ini kembali, tapi aku dengar dia orang akan ada cuti 3 minggu pula bulan depan, bulan puasa. So I've come to that point that aku dah benci series ni, and I will not cover season 3 of Superman Lois pasal si Davi Pokemak tak pandai nak shoot lah sampai habis musim kau. Apa hal kau shoot 5, shoot 7, lepas tu kau tunjuk, and then kau COVID, lepas tu kau kena cuti 3 minggu, kau kena cuti seminggu. Like flow dia dah tak feel tu. Aku disappointed lah. This is a great series, but CW is fucking it up. Feris, silakan reaksi satu ayat kau.
My reaksi satu ayat is also welcome back. Tapi this episode for me agak weird sikit lah, agak pelik sebab it feels like it's heading into a different story, but it only enhances my theory that the whole season dibagikan kepada 2. Episode 1 to episode 7 is one half, then 8 until penghabisan is another half. So I think we are into the second half of the season and it's starting new chapter. So everything, a lot of it feels weird because there are many unanswered questions, which especially the returning of another character which we'll discuss later. So I have mixed bags lah about this episode. It's a bit weird because I don't know where it's going.
Dia macam nak restart balik. Nak
Dia
restart
macam
balik
nak
all the plot
restart.
points.
But kalau nak ikutkan, I don't think it's a good. It would be a good restart if it's like the halfway point, because that's what they did last season.
Bro, dia macam Bizarro mati kan. Tak ada siapa kisah tu. Tak ada siapa buat pengebumian ke, pergi cari body dia ke.
Pura dia
Akibat
die.
Dead. Bodoh sial.
Bizarro bro.
Tu lah, sedih. Alright, seterusnya Justin, silakan Justin. Reaksi satu ayat kau.
Reaksi satu ayat ni saya ikut dengan kata Elielson lah. One area Emok, come here now. Dah datang dah kan episod ni. Akhirnya kita dah tunggu lama. Akhirnya dia datang satu episod. Lepas tu minggu depan kita ada tak Superman Lois?
Ada.
Kita cuti 3 minggu.
Ada one more
lah. Okey lah daripada tiada kan. Itulah. Bagi pendapat saya episod ni actually saya baru habis tengok. So my thoughts are still fresh. I feel like this episode they did try to resolve a lot of things lah. Macam banyak plot line tu mereka bagi resolusi untuk bagi Lana and ex-husband dia, lepas tu for Lucy punya storyline ada penghabisan sikit, but ada opening to another plot line lah, and then like Jordan and Jonathan, and then like dan juga tiba-tiba Steele dengan daughter dia. Aku pun dah lupa mereka dah sebab lama tak nampak mereka. I forgot they actually exist, you know. So it's like when I saw them, oh my god, I totally forgot Steele and his daughter. And I was like, what? John Henry Irons are still around? Oh yeah, kan? Aku pun baru ingat. so I saw that, I was like, yeah lah, mereka punya plotline macam terhanging tau ever since he was in the hospital. And then they mentioned dia dalam hospital selama 1 minggu. Bagi kami macam lebih daripada 1 minggu kan, berbulan-bulan sudah rasanya. So it's like we really forgot already. Like macam tak tahu pula. So I rasa mungkin Bizarro punya storyline mungkin akan muncul di belakang episod kot. I feel like we might see Bizarro lah at some point, but they might be saving him for another time lah. And then finally yang teori saya pasal portal di dalam bawah tanah tu betul lah. Sebab it has to be a portal, right? Like the portal makes sense. It's a very nice portal. The CGI looks good. Problem is kan, that sequence, the slow motion sequence kan, macam it's very slow and very macam it's a bit of a bad slow-mo lah. Macam Superman nak selamatkan mereka pun nampak macam gitu kan. So it's like macam banyak
It's a CW show.
So what to do itulah boleh buat kan. So terpaksa terima sajalah. Yang the thing yang I rasa macam I was like, Lucy one was like, yang Lucy punya plot twist tu, aku rasa macam I felt like she has to be the real plot twist to twist this episode and make us set up for that for the next episode lah. But I actually assumed that she actually already ascended already in verse. Padahal she's the one stay behind and dia teruskan plan for the Ellie Elston plan pula. Itulah. So yeah. At least we saw Anderson punya inverse side kan. I just don't know how they're going to explain all of that lah, because everything is still very surface level punya penceritaan kan dengan dia punya story kan. Macam banyak kita macam tak faham lagi tau. So like they only mention but we don't exactly see how they would emerge, how they would ascend, how they would merge kan. So maybe they're slowly teasing lah, but it's taking quite a long time to get there lah, I feel lah.
Yeah, I think because of all the Winter Olympic break lah, 1 week break lah, and soon another 3-week break, it just kacau the flow. Jadi even if you forgot some of the plot points, man.
I do, and I forgot the characters. So aku pun tak ingat John Henry Irons dengan dia punya anak perempuan dia. When I saw them, dia mereka asyik ada lah. Aku pun dah lupa mereka dah. So
yeah, what to do man, what to do. Dan terakhir sekali, Wan Muhammad, silakan reaksi satu ayat anda, silakan.
Candice, apa terjadi dengan Candice? Aku lagi berminat cerita tu bro daripada cerita lain-lain. Tak tahu sebab apa, mungkin sebab 1 minggu aku lagi berminat dengan drama pukul 7 dia daripada cerita pasal Ellie Elston. I mean because it's drag too long lah, and then with the 1 week punya break, aku pun dah macam ingat lupa pasal Superman. Sebab tadi pun aku tengok balik review orang lain pasal episod 7 tau. Then I remember everything. But in my opinion lah, aku setuju dengan apa yang Feris dengan Justin cakap. It's kind of like they don't know where to go, because now it's kind of draggy. It's already episode 8, so the season maybe until 13 kan, or 15. So dia tak tahu lagi idea dia nak pergi ke arah Ellie Elston punya cerita ataupun stick dengan drama pukul 7 diorang. Dan kalau kau tengok, even though the world at stake, ada inverse punya world kan, drama-drama pukul 7 yang lain still berjalan. Aku nampak macam cerita Superman ni makin lama, even though they try to humanize him, but at the same time it's really becoming human sangat, sampai the threat yang besar-besar kita tak nampak tau. It's not like the Superman story, dia terus jadi drama pukul 7 dah take over.
Betul. Dah tak
like yes, it's like you are a human. Dah. I hope maybe episode 9 gonna make us strong lah, sebab bila kau dah pergi ke dunia sebelah, maybe akan main fuck ke apa kan. Sebab now Anderson, dia dah, aku rasa dia dah cipta sebagai satu villain yang agak menakutkan lah, sebab dia dah ambil SK, dah ambil pendant. Apa akan jadi? Tapi kerana aku sekarang ni, apa jadi dengan Candice? Aku berminat nak tahu. Kesian Candice.
Habis ni.
Okay, tu je.
Alright guys. Thank you. Alright, so kita ada satu komen. Oh sorry ya. Feris, silakan Feris. You gotta be louder.
Pasal Wan cakap tu, aku rasa kan the writers wrote Steel and Bizarro into one storyline tau. And then bila dia orang tengok dah pack sangat kan, dia suruh Steel berehat and then focus on Bizarro. Now Bizarro is killed and then the focus is back on Steel. So I think maybe that's the mistake they did lah, you know, because kalau nak ikutkan Steel belongs in the Superman storyline, not in the John Twin storyline and not in the Cushing storyline. You know, it belongs in its dengan Superman storyline. So maybe the writers did a mistake lah, aku rasa. So they say rest, then kill Bizarro, then we have a bigger villain.
I'm quite disappointed that Bizarro was just a throwaway villain lah.
Itulah.
Tak ada makna. Tak ada makna pun.
And I think it's Parasite. I think Eddie Austin is Parasite for sure.
Interesting. Okay, kita akan bincangkan ni dengan lebih lanjut di dalam 3 plot menarik kita daripada episod minggu lepas. Alright, jadi segmen pertama kita adalah tentang Superman Crisis minggu ini, di mana kita bakal membincangkan tentang drama The Last Son of Krypton. So aku ada 3 soalan dalam segmen ni. Soalan pertama adalah untuk Feris ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Anderson yang kini bekerjasama dengan Ellie Austin as we saw in the cold opening, dan versi inverse-nya juga tahu bahawa both pendants are with Ellie Austin on Earth 1, but eventually our Anderson belot Ellie Austin to steal the pendant and then jump through the portal. So what is that all about? Is he loyal to Ellie Austin or not loyal? Like what the hell?
Itu soalan.
Itu soalan one. I'm prepared for the other soalan.
So aku jawab dulu lah.
Wait, what are you talking about? My notes are...
Apakah
Feris, pendapat anda
Feris
tentang
still hilang memori?
Yang hilang memori ya.
Ya.
Okay, I will use the WhatsApp one. Okay,
Feris.
apakah pendapat anda tentang still hilang memori kerana head trauma sehinggakan Lois diingatkan sebagai wife dia pula? Sorry,
Nanti.
I put all the sex questions untuk one. So kau buat all the dead questions kan?
Ya. Aku rasa Nick macam still ni, dia hilang memori ke? Teruskan Cik.
I just find it amusing that this is the first time yang our questions are switched, right? Okay. Again, like I said earlier, this is still uncharted territory. We don't know where it's going. But I think the hilang memory thing, there are 2 possibilities lah. It could set Steel into a path where dia akan tolong Superman or jadi lawan Superman. When I say this, kemungkinan katakan his own memories come back and then he still believing that Superman is the bad guy, or he recovers from his trauma and then say, oh, I'm here supposed to help Superman. To me, memory loss is like a, how should I say, I won't say lazy writing. It's more the easiest writing to do lah. You know, then you can be very creative into the direction you want to go. But I think when it comes to the Steel character, towards the end of the season, dia boleh pergi 2 jalan. Satu jalan tolong Superman if his trauma is how should I say cured, or atau he will go jalan where dia akan lawan Superman, where he is convinced that Lois Lane is the wife. So I think those are the 2 jalan lah. I hope I made it clear. So that's why they have the memory loss tu lah. So this is the beginning. Korang understand mana dia nak pergi? That's what I feel lah. So mana tahu he can be the villain.
Wow, I think that was the promise in season 1, that Steel tu macam villain. Tapi after dia dah selamatkan Superman, you know, he did the hammer throw to defeat Taro.
Yeah.
For him to turn into a heel this season might be interesting.
But I guess the general assumption that if you have like a trauma or a memory loss, you are convinced that certain ideas or certain memories that you have is fixed and it's not what you are accustomed to. So mana tahu dia pergi that jalan, which is could be bad lah for the whole family.
Ya, kita akan bincangkan tentang dia lagi dalam segmen seterusnya. And then soalan kedua adalah untuk Wan ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Anderson yang kini bekerjasama dengan Ellie Austin, serta versi inverse-nya yang tahu both pendants are with Ellie Austin, not Earth-1. Tapi dia belot, lepas tu dia curi, then dia lompat ke inverse Earth. Apa pendapat kau?
Bagi pendapat aku, ni sebenarnya Anderson ni dia disakiti bro. Udah cakap dah awal-awal, dia disakiti. Sebab tu dia terpaksa ikut jalan ni. Kalau kau tengok masa mula-mula pun, dia memang kalau kita tengok situasi dia sekarang, dia dah di-trap tau. Dia pasal dia ada personal issue dengan Superman tak nak dengar cakap dia dulu. Dia terpaksa ikut jalan yang ni. Dia dah ambil semua weapon kryptonite apa semua, escape punya weapon. Then the only way untuk dia pergi leverage, dia jumpa Eliasson, tunjuk pendant. Tu maksudnya memang dia bukan plan dah. Dia dah memang terfikir tu saja cara dia nak keluar lah. Dia pun nak tahu lagi pasal universe ni punya pasal semua benda kan. So what he do is only for survival, not because of what we call that dia ada agenda lain ke apa ke. Just macam aku sebenarnya nak hidup macam biasa, tapi Superman fuck up aku punya life, macam apa yang bapak Lois Lane cakap. Anderson did blame you pasal life dia. So now Anderson is just in survival mode. Dia akan buat apa saja untuk dia survive. Tapi kau tengok masa first episode yang in the early episode, kita terus nampak Ellie Austin dengan Anderson in inverse punya environment. Kat situ aku rasa mesti Elias sebelah sana ada cakap benda lain yang sebenarnya ada konspirasi lain yang dia buat dengan Anderson, yang Elias sebelah sini tak tahu. Mungkin aku rasa Elias sebelah sana mungkin tak nak merge pun dengan Elias yang belah sini. Kan mungkin dia buat satu macam, oh tak apalah, bagilah dia orang masuk, because we didn't know what is conversation at first. Dia kata kita terus panggil lah dia orang. So maybe this Anderson ada buat apa yang orang ni buat. Maybe dia promise something yang Elias belah sini tak boleh promise. We don't know kan, sebab in the end of the day Anderson yang pegang pendant tu. But aku teruja juga sebab in diorang punya face punya plan, yang Ellie ada planted something. I think that one kita kena untuk yang segmen lain lah kot nak cakap kan, untuk dia punya face punya plan. So in my opinion, dia bekerjasama Anderson dengan Elias ni hanya untuk survival mode, dan dia akan buat apa saja supaya dia boleh survive dan hidup dan orang tak kacau dia. Sebab tu kata dia disakiti bro. Dia tak tahu konspirasi apa-apa bro sebenarnya. Dia buat semua tu terpaksa.
Macam sial.
Sebab tu dalam tu bila dia nampak macam kenapa portal ni semua masuk macam orang mati. Mungkin tak matilah kot. Mungkin tu the painful experience they need to experience when want to merge kan. Tapi bagi pendapat aku lah, si siapa ni, Anderson bila dia nampak macam tu, dia hisap XK, dia ambil pendant tu, dia kata aku nak tengok apa jadi dulu. Yang the best part, Ellie rasa tak masuk tau. Kenapa? Betapa dia pun tak percaya dengan apa yang dia buat. Dia tak masuk. Dia pandang orang, apa jadi ni? So dia pun tak tahu apa yang berlaku. Maybe only the other side will know what happened. And also kat sini aku suka barulah kita dapat tahu hazmat suit tu untuk apa. Hazmat suit yang dipakai oleh Bizarro tu adalah untuk dia nak tahan masuk belah sini. So I think in my opinion lah, maybe only person yang ada kuasa kryptonite kot yang survive bila masuk portal tu. Kalau kau tak ada, kau tak boleh survive. And that's why, lagi satu teori Brazil, portal tu ada tempat XK, because only people with XK saja yang boleh tahan masuk portal tu. Maybe.
Menarik. Aku suka teori kau ni.
Teori Brazil aku Mephisto tak ada dalam ni, tak apa, belum lagi. Nanti tengok.
Tapi kan aku rasa sorry jap Feris. Most writers forgot that Bizarro world is an inverse world. Jadi kalaulah Anderson jahat dekat sini, wouldn't the Anderson there baik?
Ya, betul.
Sesi bekerjasama dengan Ellie Austin kat sana yang macam emperor atau god. I think the writers has forgotten the key rule of Bizarro world is always the opposite. And diorang just ikut sekati diorang je nak guna Bizarro lah. And then now I think the story is falling apart. So
like Wan cakap tadi, apa, Anderson sanggup buat apa jua pun untuk survive kan. That is a characteristic of a parasite. I mean like a parasite yang dekat tumbuhan apa semua, dekat haiwan apa semua. Sebab kalau kita tengok the first half of the season, kita tengok Ellie Austin dengan cult kan, dengan orang ramai apa semua kan, she's like a parasite to other people. Now Anderson is a parasite to Ellie Austin, so they kind of switch balik. So that's how I saw the story. No, sekarang terbalik pula. So dia akan buat jua you know, apa to survive lah. Macam parasite tumbuhan, parasite kat pokok, parasite manusia.
It's a damn badass interpretation, man. I like the observation.
Alih-alih potut kan, pun parasite kan. Oops. Oh, nanti kena sensor kita, bahaya bro. Can you hear me?
Apakah?
Alih-alih tu tak boleh.
Aku rasa Wan dah kena tangkap lah tu.
Awak ni tengok IC jap. Nanti saya tengah live ni.
Tak pasal. Alright, soalan terakhir untuk segmen ini adalah untuk Justin ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang General Sam Lin terpaksa kembali on temporary duty selepas Lieutenant Anderson fucked up, serta stres yang dialaminya dengan kehilangan Lucy and that final panel, man, what the fuck. Okay, silakan.
Alah, kesian lah General Sam Lane. I mean, like, I really feel for the guy, you know, because like all he wants is just to do his job, and then like he wants to retire and then have a good life with his family, kan, especially with his beautiful girls Lois and Lucy. Malangnya everything doesn't go as planned, and then perkara macam ini pun berlaku lah sebab kan ada orang pula yang tersakiti. So apa ni, susah lah kan, kesian pula General. I feel like I really feel for his condition lah, and then like apa dia terpaksa, he has to clean up whatever Anderson made, that mess that Anderson made. He has to clean up all that mess because he feels responsible for putting him up as his replacement kan. So macam dia nak retire pun tak sempat. Dia nak bagi macam pep talk kepada dia punya grandson pun tak sempat kan. So it's like I just wish that they gave him, I mean like hopefully maybe, you know, I also don't know. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to go here, but what to do? The storyline already moved towards this kind of a storyline kan. So this kind of direction kan. So terpaksa aku lah. But we have to do it. They have to do it like that way, so that we will have that final revelation di mana Lucy yang membelot keluarga mereka kan. So it's like Lucy was not wasn't exactly under the influence of Eliaston, but she's like fully believe in mereka punya cult punya fikiran kan. So she's already like brainwashed to the point yang dia sanggup hurt her father and her family just to make Ellie achieve her ascension kan. So itulah yang menyebab yang I feel like that's what that they want to do with the General Sam Lane's storyline lah. Cuma I was like hoping that they would have more revelations of Ellie Elston punya backstory bah. So because I feel like we still don't get enough of Ellie Elston punya backstory. Kita cuma
we saw one flashback. Yeah, that's it. One flashback.
Yeah, one flashback. So we don't feel like we have the whole complete story. And then like already that there's another version of her out there. So we don't exactly understand her motivation for ascension. She just will say that we all become gods and something like that. And then like I just don't feel that urgency of the storyline bang. Orang kata kan, kadang-kadang you bila kau tengok cerita-cerita macam ni, you rasa macam suspense, you nak tengok suspense dia kan. Kesuspensan dia tak terasa. Sebab you macam masih lagi banyak tak kenal dengan karakter ni. It's already like the 8th episode already kan. So it's like maybe because they focus so much on other characters punya storyline. Kadang-kadang yang the main meat of the storyline is sometimes it feels a bit tak abai. So it feels like that. But back to Sam Lane lah. I just feel like hopefully he doesn't die so soon lah. Itu yang saya nak kata lah. Jangan dibunuh oleh Lucy sajalah.
I feel like I was okay with the bait and switch when mula-mula kita macam oh my god Doomsday, dan rupanya alamak Bizarro pretty cool. But then when you make Bizarro an ally and then you kill him, then I feel like this whole season right, takkan Ellie Austin je villain. Macam dah 8 episode weh. 8 episod. Aku tak boleh break. Feris?
It does feel weak lah, I believe. The whole
Yeah, this season
the
is
whole
way
thing
weaker than
very
last season lah.
bit weak, yeah. The
Just a
structure,
little,
yeah.
just a little trivia sebab aku fanboy di series The pelakon yang main Doomsday dalam hazmat suit tu is the same pelakon who appeared in season 1 yang Leslie La bunuh, Mama yang tinggi tu, Daniel Cudmore. And he was also Colossus. So he was the stuntman in the Doomsday suit. The hazmat
Kerja
suit.
dia memang berlakon benda-benda yang besar-besar je kan. Dan
Dia Canadian duduk sana. His only claim to
patut
fame
pun.
was his claim to fame was X-Men yang Colossus lah. Sebab dia tinggi kan.
Yeah, he was huge in that one, man. I love his portrayal. Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen pertama kita. Tapi bibit-bibit kebencian sudah mula timbul ya. So dengan itu kita akan ke segmen kita yang kedua. Alright, jadi segmen kita yang kedua adalah tentang The Cans, drama pukul 7 ya. So kita ada 3 soalan juga. Soalan pertama untuk Feris. Apakah pendapat anda tentang keputusan Jonathan untuk tidak mendedahkan identiti pengedar dadah XK yang sebenar, iaitu girlfriend dia Candice? Serta the fact yang Jordan kini mengetahui bahawa Candice adalah the real drug runner menggunakan super hearing. So this is like I think it's a plot twist yang menyebabkan, I don't know, the brother storyline, at least something is happening lah. So silakan Feris.
I'm going to steal your words. At least something is happening lah. Kalau tidak, bosan. But I think the main purpose of the twin boys is sebab I feel season 1 the focus was so much on Jordan, where Jonathan jadi secondary. So I think the way they wrote this season 2 is Jonathan is the one yang, not to say more scenes lah. This
driving the subplot.
Driving the subplot. He has more things at risk lah. Rather than kalau kau notice, Jordan is very laid back, duduk main game, jumpa girlfriend, duduk main game, jumpa girlfriend. You know, that's all he does pergi sekolah. You know, so it's very toned down. So now Jonathan gets the limelight. As far as the reasoning for him not to rat out girlfriend dia, I mean, you're a teenager lah, you know, takkan kau nak sabar, you know, time tu for loyalty apa semua.
Yeah, but we haven't seen Candice even kiss him or give him some. You know, like why is this so loyal?
SCW takkan dah tunjuk tu.
Ada tapi off screen.
Ada tu. But I'm more interested in not really the Jonathan tak nak sabo or rat out Candice. I'm more interested in Jordan, you know, develop the super hearing, you know, because I still think that season 2 will strongly introduce us to Superboy. But I don't know whether it's Jonathan lah, you know, because I've said that in end of season 1 last year pun I dah cakap Superboy is coming. So kalau kau notice, last year kan taruh dalam badan dia, Z taruh dalam badan Jordan. But this season kita dapat tease, kita nampak dia tumbuk taruh, Jordan tumbuk taruh, and now we see super speed dalam jalan panjang tu. So slowly dia develop lah sikit. By season 15 lah. By episode 15, episode 14, mana tahu Jordan akan terbang, you know. So
menarik. I like that. And it brings us to soalan kedua kita untuk Wan. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Jordan Ken dapat jadi hero dalam episod ni saving Jonathan and Candice daripada bahaya sebagai Superboy? Memang dengan pakai hoodie tu memang klasik lah tu, macam ayah dia
I like that.
macam tu kot.
That was very good. That was very nice shot. Sorry, Wan.
Silakan Wan.
Pendapat aku, inilah bibit-bibit Superboy dah ada dengan lesen grandpa dia. Aku rasa sebab grandpa dia dah guide dia sikit-sikit, so dia tahu apa nak buat. Tapi bagi pendapat aku lah, dengan hanya menggunakan hoodie tak cukup bro. Kau patut tutup muka semua kau. I mean in my opinion is good. Nampak lah dynamic yang Jordan ni dah mula menyelamatkan orang walaupun itu hanya adik dia dengan secara harfiah lah, dengan cara betul-betul kan. Dia dengar ada orang minta tolong, dia mula nak tolong. Sebab kalau dulu je hanya orang-orang yang terdekat dan dia nak cover track ke. Yang waktu nak kantoi pasal orang curi dekat kedai tu kan. Dia guna dia punya super breath atau apa. Tapi sekarang kita dah nampak, oh now you can help people. So adakah nanti next season atau apa, dia mula-mula nak jadi macam ayah dia juga. Ada trouble apa, dia try nak tolong sikit-sikit. Mungkin dekat town, mula kat town Smallville dulu. Dan kemudian pelan-pelan dia akan tolong orang luar. Tetapi cara apa yang dia buat ni riskkan dia punya keluarga juga tau. Because Superman, kalau kita tengok cara dia menyembunyikan diri dia memang nampak teratur lah, walaupun dengan hanya spek mata kan kita dah accept benda tu. Tapi kalau Jordan dengan hanya hoodie saja, aku rasa Candice akan tanya macam-macam soalan dekat Jonathan.
Betul.
Dia kata siapa budak tu? Nanti aku takut satu benda je. Kalau nak jadi drama pukul 7 kan, I think dalam hati dia kan, siapa budak tu, kenal ke I? If you know what I mean lah. Nanti Jonathan kenapa nak kenal dia? Tu tak tahu kawan I. Dan nampak dia the risk of the identity to be revealed is there. So dia akan menambahkan lagi satu drama pukul 7 dan XK tu dah ada satu drama dah. Ini drama satu lagi, identity Jordan. So I think that's gonna be another subplot yang aku rasa mungkin tak perlu tetapi agak menarik untuk dia explore. Sebab sekarang dia ada macam dilema pasal Eliaston, dilema pasal pasal Bizarro, dilema pasal Mamat Dwi ni. So I think the identity lah, Candice mesti akan tanya macam-macam. And yeah, it gonna lead to a problem lah in my opinion. But kalau kau nak buat cerita senang, cerita macam Smallville, orang yang tahu identity tu mati. Candice mungkin mati kena tembak ke dengan Mamat tu. Di teori Brazil aku juga lah. Supaya nanti dia punya ex-girlfriend yang satu lagi tu akan jumpa. Barulah Jonathan ada connection balik. Kan? Sebab mungkin Minas tu tak hutang kan dia, mungkin dia hutang orang lain juga. Pasal SK sekarang dah susah nak develop kan. So dia tak boleh nak jual ke apa ke. Banyak jadi masalah.
I think
persoalan
utama dia Wan adalah apa jadi dengan Candice. Mana pergi Candice?
Itulah soalan. Sebab tahu aku lagi menarik. Candice ni apa sebenarnya? Adakah ada banyak lagi hutang orang? Aku rasa nanti aku takut macam ni tau. In the end, cinta Jonathan dengan Candice mungkin bertepuk sebelah tangan. Macam kau cakap, we didn't see anything secara harfiah kan. So what happen is, mana tahu nanti bila Candice tahu yang Jonathan can summon someone to save her, dia akan buat macam-macam masalah. Hutang orang ni. Lepas tu dia tahu Jonathan akan panggil orang dia tu sebabkan aku. Jangan risau. Dia dah mula nak abuse. Kita tak tahu kan sebab dia macam apa yang berlaku dengan Anderson. And Anderson pun survival mode. Mungkin Candice nak survival mode juga sebab bapak dia kata broke apa semua kan. So bila dia dah tahu macam tu, dia kata lepas ni kalau ada orang minta hutang aku Jonathan boleh belasah orang guna orang tu. Nampak tak? Dia akan jadi twist yang buatkan Jonathan akan belajar, punya aku dimanipulasi selama ini. Kan? Ataupun bukan dimanipulasi selama ini, maksudnya benda tu ada advantage. Dan Candice nak guna, dan lepas tu Jonathan rasa bersalah. Dan Jordan pula, taklah Jordan nak jadi kaki pukul lah. Macam kenapa aku perlu buat untuk Mamat ni? Kan? Satu sekali dua boleh lah. Kalau dia macam kaki pukul, tu bukan Superman lah bro. So inilah dilema yang aku rasa akan terjadi. Candice nak survive pasal nak jual SK. Kan? Tak ada benda lain nak buat. Lepas dia tengok dia punya power, ada orang boleh panggil. So apa lagi? Tapi in my opinion lah, kalau boleh buat macam tu buatlah. Kau boleh buat satu ring kartel bro. Ada ni Mamat ni kan. Jual SK. Gila-gila.
Anak Superman.
Anak Superman.
Terbaik.
Budak-budak lagi bro. Daripada kecil-kecil dah buat. Tapi jangan ini hanya gurauan saja. Jangan korang tiru pula. Tak ada kena-mena dengan hidup dan mati. Itulah dilema yang aku nampak lah. Tapi satu persoalan, mana pergi awet season lepas tu? Itu satu persoalan lagi ya.
Yes. If Candice was awet season lepas tu, I think she would have acted it better. We would have more of a connection to her because she's really been set up. Tapi tak ada follow through. Sial lah.
Kena recast pun kali.
But then her name wouldn't be Candice. Her name would be her name from season 1, which is not Candice.
I thought that maybe she has the lead because she was cast in another show or something like that.
Okay. Maybe.
Scheduling conflict, orang kata. Scheduling conflict.
Black Heaven kan? Dia pergi Black Heaven tu.
Eastern City.
Nanti jumpa balik. Nanti selepas Jonathan disakiti, seperti mana Sarah akan kembali pada Aubrey, dia akan kembali juga kepada tersebut. Dah berapa pukul 7 melari. Lepas tu baru lupa Aliastin wujud baru tengok Aliastin wujud
Serius lah.
Just-
Aku
Just
Feris.
just to add to Wannya cakap pasal dilema, teori Brazil, there could be another dilemma sebab kalau kau tengok orang yang minta hutang tu pun pakai XK. Jonathan pun pakai XK. What if remaja-remaja lain pun pakai XK? Sebab kau dah distribute benda tu kan pada orang ramai. So there's a possibility dari Brazil maybe in the future, sebab season 3 dah confirm that the Superboy akan lawan budak-budak remaja around Smallville yang pakai SK.
Oh my god, bro, that is like fucking Smallville all over again lah, bro.
I do feel like it is like Smallville with SK,
Smallville tribute.
Tak boleh terima. Case of the week, tak boleh terima. Tak mau.
Okay. I really tak mau.
Yeah, we seen it already. Alright, soalan ketiga adalah untuk Justin ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang perasaan Ned yang masih tidak boleh adjust dan terima yang muka Superman Earth 1 sama dengan Superman jahat yang membunuh ibunya di the other alternate reality? And what the fuck? Tiba-tiba Clark Kent boleh ada duit lah pula nak bagi free housing. What the fuck is that way? Silakan.
Yang soalan ni susah saya nak jawab. Sorry sebab aku tak ada tengok habis season 1. So aku tak berapa tahu sangat dengan dynamic apa yang berlaku betul-betul dengan Natalie dengan ayah mereka. Yang saya tahu ada seorang Superman jahat yang membunuh mak dia. Yang mak dia kebetulan pula Lois in that universe. So bagi saya storyline ni is long overdue because dah lama kena tease dengan episod-episod yang sebelumnya. Cuma baru saja episod yang ke-8 ni baru kita nampak resolusi tu. Dan terasa macam karakter mereka macam tak abai pula. So macam their characters feel like very very tak abai. Macam kami rupanya ada 2 lagi karakter yang kami lupa dah. Okay, now we have enough space, we put them back in to the main storyline. So macam kan. So it's like that's why I say I really forgot about them already because like it feels like so long time ago. I don't even know that whether they're still part of the storyline or not because like they're supposed to be. Because in this case, I just feel like mereka dah set up macam gini. I just feel like Natalie and John Henry Irons kan, they are like part of the Kent family already. So any sort of conflict kan, maybe I have to do a brainwashing ke or something with a memory loss ke untuk membuatkan mereka terjadi certain conflicts kan. So become like that lah. In this storyline, I do feel like it is long overdue lah because like because what she see is like that's the killer, the killer who killed her mom, and then they're together, and then yang aku rasa perasaan yang kita nampak beberapa episod yang lepas tu, yang sepatutnya kita teringin nak tahu apa yang berlaku selepas dia kan. The tension was supposed to be there, but now it doesn't feel like we don't have that tension anymore kan. Sebab dia macam on and then off for a long time, tiba-tiba pick up balik. Sekarang baru nampak macam it feels awkward dah. Macam rasa macam awkward dah. So it's like okay, we have to, macam the writers would feel like we have to resolve the storyline very fast lah. Nak cepatkan, nak kasih habiskan storyline ni. Supaya Natalie and her father can find some place to stay. At first yang saya nampak dia bagi keys tu, saya ingat itu macam, saya ingat tu apartment Lucy tau. I ingat Lucy punya apartment. Sebab saya ingat she was out of town guys. I have a friend who's out of town. And then like here's your keys. Dia katakan sebab definitely because of what she felt during those times, sebab kita dah nampak flashback tu, we know that Natalie has some sort of PTSD kan. So dia apa yang dia nampak muka dengan this Superman and this Lois, even though they're not from her world, she still feel that trauma dia masih terasa kan. So for her it still feels yesterday, even though 6 months already sudah gone kan, in real time kan, but it feels like yesterday sebab dia baru bangun daripada cryogenic sleep tu kan. So macam bila dia bangun, dia macam that memory of that trauma and that pembunuhan kan is still fresh in her, you know. So I feel her character. Dia memang rasa macam she cannot exactly forgive that sort of trauma, even though those people did nothing wrong to her. It's a different version, different variant, but it just feels like memang macam terasa you see that bayang-bayang dia masih kat sana. So trauma dia masih kat sana. So it's good lah that she and her father move out to another place where they can live peacefully, but then sometimes can come back to the main storyline lah, to maybe help for certain plot lines kah, maybe they can give some sort of contribution kan, untuk tolong menolong lah, macam gitulah. I feel like that's actually the best way to go, and they should have resolved this a few episodes ago. I feel like that. It feels like dah terlambat, dah termasuk ke episod ke-8 baru mereka buat macam ni. but I just thought that it was actually Lucy's punya apartment. Tahu rupanya satu tempat yang ada garage pula. But it makes sense lah, because they like to build stuff and they can build robots, so they do need that kind of space lah. I just don't understand whose place was that. Do you know which place? Siapa punya tempat tu?
Feris?
I think it's Lucy's apartment.
Uh-uh.
But the set looks almost like the hotel room where Ellie Austin brought Dipo.
Oh.
Pintu dia kat situ, tingkap kat situ, set ni macam sama je. So they recycle the set and change the furniture.
Kan?
So I think it's Lucy's apartment. The story is Lucy's apartment, but they just switch it to so it doesn't look like the hotel room. Like camera position kau sama menghadap pintu. Kau kat balik situ, kau kat balik situ.
Dia macam ada
lepas tu you go in for close up. You know, so it's the same set lah. I bloody bet same set.
Same set. But then yang kalau Lucy drug dia punya father bukan kat apartment dia ke?
Apartment dia. They just setting to look like the apartment. But I've seen it before a few episodes ago when Ellie Austin brought people to the hotel room and
interview
then
in the hotel room.
Interview in the hotel room. It looks like the same set tapi dia tukar from a hotel room to a woman's apartment lah.
Oh, macam tu. Dia macam they change the decoration lah. They change the
decoration.
It's the same location lah. But in the story, it's supposed to be two different locations lah in the story.
Two different
kan?
To me,
kan save budget lah kan.
Dia kamera satu pandang. Sebab kamera satu pandang one side, background tingkap, satu background pintu. It's the same thing. I'm like,
alright. Jadi
thank you, bro.
Itulah, aku setuju juga dengan apa yang Justin cakap ni. This thing should have been brought up in the first episode, because at the end of season 1 Natalie arrived. Then at the beginning of season 2 is still at the Natalie's arrival. So why is this not the first subplot for Natalie? You know, tiba-tiba tak adalah, she's finding it hard to go to high school in Metropolis because her friends are forgetting her. Like, that's not important. This is more important. You are living with your mother's killer, right?
Yeah, that's a good. Aku tak puas hati dengan, especially bila dia trapped dalam spaceship tu, she doesn't know what to do. What is she doing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What is she doing? Fuck, man. The lost. Dah lah nampak the CGI macam Interstellar pula. How long I've been in this ship? 6 months. 6 months? Tak ada minum air apa?
Itulah. Because she was in cryogenic, bro. That's why dia tak perlu minum air or anything.
Yeah, okay.
But itulah, I mean, realistically hanya ada 5 atau 6 episod lagi dalam season ni. Tapi dengan kau tunda 3 minggu lah, kau tunda sebulan lah, aku rasa hujung tahun ni pun tak habis lagi pun.
You know what? You know, like I said before pasal terrestrial ni. So far my experience, biasanya TV show apa-apa dia orang akan break seminggu je, and then sambung balik with new episodes. This Superman Lois sampai 3 minggu, 4 minggu this first time.
It's like really bad, right?
It's really unlikely lah. Dulu aku tengok macam Friends, Seinfeld, Frasier, ER, semua ada break macam Superman Lois ni. Tapi setakat break seminggu ke. They will repeat some episode ke apa. Lepas tu sambung new episode. Ni break sampai 3 minggu ni weird tau. Melain lah sama 3 bulan tak ada new episode. Will start in August. Tapi weird.
Yalah. That's why in US the fall TV season is the beginning of every season. I understand that. And then they break for summer. But with streaming now, I don't know if this thing is like a whole year thing or is it a fall TV series or I just don't know anymore.
They just cancel a lot of show kan baru-baru ni aku nampak.
Yes, they did.
Cancel some shows and then they kept some shows. So mungkin mereka they still lack of content kali. I suspect lah.
Yeah, and then Discovery also wants to sell them off, so good riddance CW. Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke segmen dari kita.
Sekejap. Aku nak tambah sikit lagi pasal kenapa net macam tak boleh lupakan yang Superman ni actually bukan Superman yang sama. Bagi pendapat aku rasa bukan sebab dia tak dilupakan, tapi sebab benda tu trigger balik. Sebab kalau tak silap aku, orang yang tengah grief, yang tengah macam mengalami dia nak recover from dia punya grief, kehilangan mak, kehilangan ayah semua kan. Diorang mula-mula diorang dah boleh acceptance. Kan ada 5 grief punya stage kan. Yang last kali is acceptance. Tetapi benda tu level yang 5 level ni tak semestinya bila kau dah acceptance kau dah okey tau. Dia boleh pergi reverse balik ke nombor 3 kalau ada benda lain yang trigger dia, which is bapak dia nak mati balik sebab tolong Superman. Kau bayangkan dia tengah dah okey, tak apalah, Superman ni bukan orang yang akan bunuh bapak aku kan, sebab dia orang lain. Sekali tak pasal Mamat ni buat hal kan, Mamat ni buat hal dan lepas tu Lois Lane pergi minta tolong bapak dia yang janji tak nak kacau lagi dah, kita je dengan anak dia kan. Dia tolong sakit. Kau rasa apa anak dia akan rasa? Macam kata dah tak nak tolong, dah lah tak nak tolong, dah mungkin janji. Lepas tu muka Mamat ni macam muka Mamat yang bunuh mak dia. Lepas tu kau kahwin pula dengan mak dia. Dia macam terus dia terus macam menyalahkan keadaan. Lepas tu terus dekat Ken. So aku rasa benda tu trigger balik lah. Sebab dia cakap lagi, saya tahu bukan kau yang bunuh, tapi benda tu trigger balik, dia susah nak terima. So Clark pun kata we need to distance ourselves lah. Dia pun faham. Pergi rent. And then macam CW juga punya cerita dalam buku 7, seperti mana Lois Lane boleh membeli Chrissy Bilpo punya half of the gadget tu. Dah mana duit dia dapat, aku ada duit. Yang ni pula, aku ada kawan. Aku nak siapa kawan dia? Member mana ada garage, dan mana-mana dia letak, dah tahu, aku duduk sini. Somehow it happens. Bagus CW. Tak payah cerita senang. Macam Zod lah. Somehow Zod mati. Yeay.
Palpatine has returned somehow.
But I think that I want to comment about that lah.
Yes, point kau memang menarik Wan. The trigger.
Thank you Wan.
Sekejap.
Senang trigger.
Aku trigger juga. Kenapa? Teruskan.
Palpatine has returned somehow.
Trigger bro. Kenapa kau ingat benda tu? Dah lah dia berlakon Moon Knight kau dah. Bila tahu Moon Knight, Mamat ni yang cakap nanti dalam Moon Knight dia kata somehow cabin 5G has blah blah blah. Sudah. Teruskan. Sama Mephisto tak boleh return lah. Jangan bro.
Feris.
No. I was just saying bila Oscar Isaac said that line, somehow Palpatine has returned, kepala aku tunduk ya.
Yeah, that was one of the worst lines in the history of Star Wars, man. That was fucking man.
Kalau
bullshit, man.
Aku bukanlah strong Star Wars fan, tapi bila kau tengok an easy way out, I mean, semua movies, TV series ada easy way out, tapi that was too obvious. Why you put a too obvious way out in a big franchise? Itu yang aku mempertikaikan. I mean, to me, easy way out Ex Machina is very common. DC is very common. But in a big franchise, kau buat macam tu. That's yang okay,
wasted legacy 40 lebih tahun. Alright guys, so dengan itu
MMKK, mari mengutuk Kathleen Kennedy. Nanti 3 jam bro, bahaya bro.
Okay. Berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke poin menarik kita yang ketiga. Alright, jadi poin menarik kita yang ketiga adalah tentang drama yang paling drama dalam drama pukul 7 ini, iaitu di mana kami bakal membincangkan drama pukul 7, Keluarga Lang Kushing. Aku ada 3 soalan untuk semua panelis. Soalan pertama untuk Feris, apakah pendapat anda tentang Lana Lang meminta tolong daripada Carl Cushing untuk prep for the Smallville mayoral debate yang tak ada lagi. The one whole episode tak ada debate lagi. Sehingga kan Lana lashing out kepada Kyle kerana Kyle curang. Silakan.
Cougar. Layout Cougar.
Layout Cougar.
He's a year older than me, so I can. Okay. Like I said in the previous bedah semua, this Cushing storyline is still uninteresting to me. I hope eventually it connects with the Superman story because I feel that semua kena come full circle. However, aku dah mula rasa yang the writers are trying to pull her away from the Superman storyline and make it her own. You know, I think I read somewhere that Lana Lang is slowly becoming the heart of the show. You know, the emotion of the show, whereas anything to do with Superman is the strength. You know, so opposite ends of the spectrum. You know, because we don't see that Lois Lane is supporting the husband, so she belongs in the Superman storyline. So slowly they're taking Lana Lang away, having her own story, and then she doesn't showcase the strength. She showcase the fighting spirit, emotional spirit
of Smallville.
Of Smallville. Kau tengoklah dia lawan mayor dekat cafe tu dengan the words. You know?
Betul.
Dengan tonasi marah, bukan dengan tampar kan, you know. So it's tengok, I mean the writing bila dia mic drop dengan the mayor tu, you know, that kind of thing lah, you know, to speech and to calmness. So I think that's where the storyline of Lana Lang is going to. So in terms of Kyle helping Lana, is just, you know, a husband or ex-husband trying to help the wife lah, you know, trying to be a mayor candidate. So it's the beginnings of a storyline lah, you know. So I don't see any way we can try to speculate anything about that dining table scene and everything. It's just a couple that's trying to sort out a debate, that's all. But in the bigger picture, I think that's where Lana Lang is going. She's slowly becoming the heart of Superman and Lois.
Do you think Lana Lang akan divorcekan Carl Cushing by the end of the season?
Well, knowing that season 3 maybe, but also knowing there's a CW show and then budget, it's not so much. If they're divorced, then Carl needs to be somewhere. So there's additional set, you know, for apartment. So
aku harap they just leave out lah. Carl Cushing tak payah datang balik lah season 3. Kau dah divorce, fuck off lah. Tak nak storyline dia.
I think season 2, one of all the main cast members, one is gonna die, and I think it's either
Carl
Cushing or Sam Lin lah. Either one, but
yes, aku nak Carl Cushing mati. Ya, tolonglah mati Carl Cushing. Bye-bye.
Baru the reason sikit.
Baru orang macam, oh my god, I love my daddy.
I got emotional.
Alright. Soalan kedua adalah untuk Wan ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Sarah Cushing yang mahu main kayu tiga dengan Jordan Kent dan memperkenalkan Aubrey kepada relationship diorang supaya it can be more intimate. #threesome. Silakan Wan.
Ni apa kau cakap threesome ni? Apa #threesome ni? Aku tak faham lah. Aku budak baik ya. Okay, kalau kau nak tanya pendapat aku, actually niat what we call that, niat Sarah tu betul lah. Kira dia sebab dia perlukan seorang kawan yang memahami apa yang dia ada sekarang tau. Because kalau kau tengok, Jordan and Jonathan was in a very stable family. Lois Lane dengan Clark Kent kalau gaduh-gaduh pun tak pernah bercerai. But Sarah punya family sekarang actually dah 2 kali jadi benda macam ni kan. Dulu bapak dia pemabuk, bla 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 bla. Dan lepas tu dah boleh reconcile balik dengan mak dia. Dan second time pula masalah besar terjadi, baru tahu selama ni bapak dia cheat. Hari ni sekali dia pun cheat juga. Tu hari ni benda hari ni pasal Sarah ni. So niat mula-mula dah baik. Dia kata sebab I need someone yang memahami aku. Tapi of course dia pun mestilah orang yang rapat dengan dia, which is someone that she love, Jordan, untuk tahu juga orang yang memahami dia, supaya semua mungkin dia kata mungkin kita boleh memahami sama-sama. Tetapi the awkward situation is orang yang konon memahami kau tu, kau dah pernah cheat. Tu satu hal. Dia jadi macam Natalie lah. Dah okey dengan Superman, tapi muka Superman ni macam Superman yang bunuh mak aku. Sama lah macam Jordan ni. Memang dia kawan kau boleh memahami, tapi kau dah cium mulut kawan kau ni. Kan? Tu masalahnya. Belakang aku pula tu. So, and then lepas tu anything sebab bapak kau cheat, kau pun cheat. Lepas tu kau pula suruh berbaik dengan orang yang cheat. So, apa kau nak sebenarnya, Sarah? So, in my opinion, niat baik. Tetapi mungkin tidak menghalalkan lah. Sebab even Jonathan boleh dengar macam, What kau dengar? Jonathan cakap kan, Candice drug dealer, dia nak backup Candice gila-gila tau. Tapi bila Jordan cakap kan, dia nak bawa aku jumpa Aubrey malam ni. Lepas tu Jonathan pandang ni macam, kau punya lagi dahsyat sebenarnya pada aku. So the situation betul-betul macam mind fuck dah bro. Kau dah cheat, kau tidak. Aku kira aku setir lagi tau. Aku macam setir lagi sokong dia. Tapi kau kenapa bro? So aku rasa macam inilah dilema. Ini dah drama pukul 7 kita cakap lah. Is it good? Sebab memang niat baik. Sebab Sarah ni someone to cope with. Tetapi you know, itu pendapat dia orang masing-masing. Mungkin Jordan boleh nak reconcile. Tetapi ada satu dilema lagi, bahawa sini nanti akan jadi salah faham. Kau tengok Jordan memang nak pergi jumpa Sarah Cushing dengan Aubrey malam tu. Tetapi Jonathan buat hal nak pergi walk Candice. Mamat mana nak minta hutang kat dia. Lepas tu Jordan of course kena utamakan keluarga dia, pergi tolong. Lepas tu bila pergi nak pergi kat diner balik, tengok tangan aku dah macam ni, muka kena calar. How can I explain to the diner kan?
Dia dengar. Maybe he doesn't want to come ke apa, something like that kan.
Yalah. Itulah akibatnya kalau ada superhero ni. Kan? Semua benda kau dengar, so akan jadi judgemental jugalah. So, in my opinion, ini semua cerita budak-budak lah. Sebab kalau in a sense, aku rasa kalau orang mature, dia datang je, I terjatuh tadi tapi I datang juga. So, mesti Sarah Cushing kata, sanggup je datang je. Lagi dia sayang kat kau. Apalah kau ni, Jordan. Aduh, budak-budak 12 tahun betul lah. Bergaduh sikit. Tadi I bergaduh dengan orang sikit. Cakap ke gaduh rasa jatuh basikal ke? Kau ada basikal ke? Ada saja try tadi. Orang pandai lah bro. Kan? So in my opinion, this is only to make drama pukul 7. Bagi lebih banyak lagi asam garam. Aku sebanyak sangat garam sekarang ni sebenarnya. Terlampau banyak bro. Benda macam tu.
Betul.
So in my opinion, in the first place, patut tak perlulah jumpa Aubrey tu. But I think Sarah dah pernah try luahkan perkara kat Jordan. Dan Jordan macam he's in a very stable family. Mana nak faham. Even dia punya mak pun dah luahkan Clock Ken kata see how lah. Tak dapat jawapan bro. So Sarah pun tak dapat jawapan. Dia boleh dapat jawapan dengan Aubrey. Bila Aubrey cakap, I open up to my dad after so long, 2 years, baru boleh. Dia ikut advice Aubrey, jadi dia okay dengan dad dia, tak ada dendam-dendam. Boleh ada co-parenting pula. So at least Sarah okay. So that's why I say okay, now I'm gonna okay with Aubrey. But of course I need Jordan to be okay also. Tapi benda ni terjadi, takkanlah Jordan nak cakap sebenarnya aku selamatkan adik kembar aku dengan kuasa Superman. Mampus kau. So yalah, I think this thing happen just because they don't want to. Pertama tak nak berterus terang. Second, Jordan tak pandai menipu macam mana Jonathan menipu. So he need to learn from Jonathan a lot. So in my opinion, yes, this is just for drama pukul 7, but I would love to see how it develops. Ni cerita Candice pula, cerita Sarah pula. Lagi menarik pada cerita Aliaston tu.
Serius bro, at this point aku dah tak tahan tu dengan siri ni, banyak sangat drama kan. Kalau dia cuti lagi sekali kan, aku give up. Bro,
aku ada reason kenapa dia cuti 3 minggu bro, lepas 1 minggu ni. Kan puasa, dia orang nak puasa ke bro? Mana boleh buat drama 7 macam ni? Orang Malaysia dia buat drama pelik-pelik seminggu sebelum puasa. Sin apa dah.
Buat JAV bro.
JAV terus. Aku dia macam mana source tu hilang dah. Aku nak tahu untuk research, nak tahu apa sebenarnya yang korang bising ni.
Tu kau kena tanya Zul Arifin.
Okay, ni aku telefon dia.
Aku solidarity bersama Wan. Dia pakai mask, aku pakai mask. Warna hitam lah dia.
Okay.
Alah. Okay.
Aku tak ada mas. Justin pun tak ada mas. Okay, jadi soalan terakhir untuk segmen ni adalah untuk Justin ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang plot twist di penghujung episod ini di mana Lucy Lane telah drug his father to gain access to the DOD untuk menyelamatkan Ellie. So does it mean that Lucy Lane ni is working with our Ellie Austin or working with the other Ellie Austin? Has she ascended? What do you feel? Silakan.
Tonton plot twist datang akhirnya ialah drum roll Lucy Lane. Lucy Lane is always a trouble character lah because orang kata kan I don't know lah, as far as I know her character since when I read comics or something, she's either macam the damsel in distress or she sometimes will bring trouble to or conflict to a certain event. So kadang-kadang, so this is actually true to her character lah actually, kalau she brings trouble. I just don't know, but she's always like, she's a very nice person. Yang kadang-kadang kita tak tahu pula dia ni kena brainwash ke ataupun memang dia kena manipulate ke. So it could be either way. So bagi saya, aku rasa storyline ni also seems very long overdue lah, because like we know we're supposed to do something with the character. It's just that it makes sense for her to be the one to betray the Kents and the Langs to get to Ellie Elston. Dia kata she's the fail safe kan. So that means that I believe that her position with Ellie Elston must be quite high lah kan. Mungkin she's like her right hand woman or something like that. Sebab Ellie Elston perlukan dia untuk dapatkan access. So that's why she influence her kan. She can get access to certain military things or government facilities kan, especially in that mine area kan, yang dijaga baik-baik dengan DOD tu. So and then like in this case where Ellie Elston kena tangkap, Lucy Lane pula yang akan break her out. So you know, in this case she's not only doing Prison Break, Lucy Lane also tengah buat Breaking Bad. Lucy Lane is Breaking Bad. So like she's doing bad things lah. So like but maybe unbeknownst to her that this is going to destroy the world or something like that, or maybe she feels like she fully believes in the cause of Ellie Elston lah. It's just that I just wish that we see more of that. Macam mana dia kena influence oleh Ellie Elston tu. I know that she was influenced by her mother kehilangan mak dia, like dia rasa macam dia tak dapat tandingi dengan kakak dia, dan dia rasa macam ayah dia selalu tak ada kan. So those are only mentioned, you know, but we don't really see. So kadang-kadang kan in shows like this, you kind of want to hope that things would be more obvious bah kan. Macam orang kata show don't tell. So just wish that we could see more of that, you know. But that revelation makes sense. It's just that we don't feel that revelation. So kadang-kadang when we see kalau kita tengok cerita bersiri kan, we need to feel the tension, you know. Apa yang dia nak buat, apa motivasi dia, kenapa dia macam begitu, apakah sebabnya dan akibat dia. So when you look through the whole series kan, you rasa macam the beats are there and you feel through the storyline. It's there actually. It's just that I don't really feel personally, I don't really feel much of the storyline but glad that it's finally there and that we are in the middle of this season. I don't know how Lucy would be handled with. Would she go to jail or would she be forgiven lah kan? So in any ways they have to save Lucy lah, but does she wants to be saved? That's a good question lah kan.
Yeah. I think she will ascend lah bro. I think she will ascend.
She will ascend, but to what version we don't know kan. We only saw those people masuk ke dalam portal tu, but that's not an ascension kan. Dia macam, but why are they inside the portal? Kenapa mereka nak melalui masuk ke universe tu? Supaya mereka dapat merge in the universe.
Because the Ellie Austin from there say come here now. That's it. That's their motivation. Saya punya boss yang sana, yang muka macam saya, dia cakap come here now. That's the only fucking reason, man.
Itulah. So that's why, because the drama pukul 7 yang berpusing-pusing plotline tu, yang macam helikopter tu, sini pusing. Kadang-kadang kita macam terlupa arah storyline. So I just like kadang-kadang when I watch the show, I was like thinking, what's missing, there's certain parts that feels incomplete. Orang kata incomplete kan, but that's the ironic thing. They all feel incomplete and they want to find ways to make themselves complete, but we as the audience also feel incomplete sebab rasa macam ada beberapa bahagian yang kita macam nak tengok tapi belum lagi nampak. Lagipun kita dah masuk episod ke-8. So yalah, I think everyone's patience are trying lah. But I still would give this show a chance lah, because I also want to find out what's going on. But I don't harap tinggi lah. Harapan saya tak letak tinggi. I would put low expectations. But I do want to see resolution sebab kita dah start kan. So we want to see how it ends. So hopefully it ends nicely lah. That's what I would say lah. Secara positifly kata lah.
I feel nak menjawab soalan Justin tu, what is missing is a compelling villain. That is what's missing. Bila dah tak ada Bizarro, lepas tu tiba-tiba Anderson pula naik minyak, lepas tu Anderson jadi villain. Aku macam, what the fuck, your ally becomes a villain and then the Ellie Austin pula jadi dengan itu berakhirlah
Aku nak tambah sikit lagi pasal Lucy. Aku rasa kenapa Lucy sanggup drag dia punya bapak sendiri, sebab aku rasa dia masih percaya lagi bro dengan Ellie Laston. Kalau kau tengok kalau berdasarkan prinsip Machiavelli lah, the end justify the mean kan, dia sanggup buat apa saja untuk tunjukkan kebenaran versi dia kepada orang lain. So aku rasa sekarang ni dia nak tunjukkan kepada bapak dia sendiri kan, kenapa aku buat benda ni. Aku takut nanti bila bapak dia tengok, bapak dia pula kata, aku dah nampak kebenaran. Sebab Chrissy Bipo, dia nampak benda tu, dia percaya. Tapi dia tak setuju dengan metod apa yang Lucy buat, apa yang si Eliasen buat. Tapi aku rasa kalau bapak dia Les Chamberlain ni, dia adalah orang yang sanggup menggunakan metod apa saja untuk buat kerja tau. Dia mungkin macam Anderson sikit tapi lagi reasonable lah. So aku rasa kalau dia drag ni, adakah Chamberlain akan side pada Lucy balik? Aku pun nak assign juga. So kita tak tahu kan macam mana kan. Kita tak tahu sebab kalau Chamberlain ni macam, mungkin kalau dia nak assign pun mungkin sebab dia sayang Lucy. Dia tak nak kehilangan Lucy atau apa kan. Mungkin dia dah drag tu dah jatuh, dah drop gila babi. Tapi bila dia nampak kebenaran tu, adakah dia akan macam betul lah kan. You already seen the fact. Dan takkanlah kau tak nak ni, lepas tu anak kau sendiri pula dia kata, bapak saya 5 tahun gerak benda ni, bapak tak nak tahu kan, saya dah tunjuk bapak kebenaran, dah tunjuk lah semua benda, takkan bapak tak nak ikut pun. Louis Lane tak pernah nak try, sebab tu dia tak tahu. Nama bapak nak kehilangan saya ke? Oh treat macam tu, mesti dia kata tak nak, aku nak bagi kau bangkai popcorn dengan cheese tu lagi, masuklah aku share dengan kau. Itu yang aku takut drama pukul 7 tu bro. Nanti Louis Lane macam babi lah korang. Itulah pendapat aku lah.
I think the villains in season 2 punya tema is showing that you are a parasite without saying you are a parasite. Kau faham tak aku? So you have
suka teori parasite kau ni.
Ellie Austin, dia is a parasite kan, dia tumpang the cult, and then Anderson pula parasite to Ellie Austin. Now Lucy Lane is a parasite to the father because she's doing whatever to survive. So itulah aku rasa
interesting. Do you want to bet a Jollibee meal?
Bukanlah.
Okay. Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah 3 plot menarik daripada episod Superman Lois minggu lepas. Sekarang kita bakal membincangkan harapan kami untuk episod minggu ini sebelum mereka bercuti selama 3 minggu. What?
Next week ada one more.
Yalah. No, the 29th. The 29th is this week. And then they go on a 3-week break.
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
So we only just watch one episode, lepas tu kita ada 3 weeks break. Baru baru episode 9.
Episode 9 is somewhere near Raya. Yay.
Oh, gitu.
No, episode 10 is near Raya. Episode 9 is tomorrow, Malaysia.
Sorry, episode 10 is near Raya. Anyway, apakah harapan anda untuk episod ke-9 minggu ini yang berjudul 30 Days and 30 Nights? Silakan Feris.
I saw the promo already. It's quite interesting sebab it's quite a cliffhanger sebab Superman goes missing. So Are you going to play the promo or no?
No, I was busy doing the Moon Knight
Okay,
editing,
okay.
so I had no time to do that.
So the promo is Clark Kent tak balik, Superman tak balik, so the kids are looking for him. Kenapa dia tak balik? So that's interesting. What I'm looking forward to is, like Justin said lah, I think we need more visualization, show and tell, especially characters yang lagging a bit of backstory. And for me, I'm singling out Natalie and Lucy Lane lah. I think these two needs to see more of their purpose. So hopefully we can start develop that lah. Kalau tidak, susah sikit lah.
Setuju. Seterusnya, Justin, harapan untuk episod minggu depan, one last kali.
Sorry aku tak tengok promo, tak sempat tengok promo episod 9, but I hope that episod 9 dia Superman yang bising kan? Dia masuk ke dunia inverse ke? Atau macam mana?
Don't know.
So hopefully Superman goes to the inverse universe lah kan? Because there's so much things we don't know. So like I hope that they give us more things lah kan, yang pasal inverse universe, pasal backstory Ellie Elston, pasal apakah motivasi, what motivates her to do this kan, because she's such a psychopath, dia suka manipulasi orang lain. I feel like from that moment when she was a kid until she's an adult kan, there's so much we don't know about her, you know. It's a giant blank slate. So they can do anything with that, you know. Hopefully they can show more lah about her, how she became what she is, and why she believes that she can ascend through godhood, and then how the merging can happen. Itu yang saya nak tengok. Kalau yang drama pukul 7 tu, aku rasa okay juga, tak ada salah. Aku rasa semua I mean like it's actually nice to see, you know. Bagi saya kan, it's quite heartwarming. Aku tengok Superman dengan I tengok Clark dengan Lois kan, they cuddle together, mereka smiling together. That's actually quite nice to see. It's a very very heartwarming punya scene lah. Dan it's actually nice to see the characters smiling and not depressed. Kalau tidak kita pun rasa depressed kan. So it's just that we want to see this thing already go on. I mean kita nak dia mempercepatkan storyline dia lah kan. Sebab masalah dia kan macam kereta. Dia macam gerak tak berapa cepat, macam gini je.
Ghostan.
Kan. So sepatutnya dah jalan kita lama, dia actually kena pecut kan. So pecutan dia tak sampai lagi. Kita tak nampak lagi penghujung jalan. So it's like I just hope that we can see something from there lah. Itu yang saya nak cakap lah.
Last kali Wan Muhammad silakan, reaksi pula, harapan anda untuk episod minggu ini.
Harapan aku untuk episod akan datang. Tidak ada vampire ke 30 hari ni, 1 bulan.
Aku rasa Superman yang hilang selama 30 hari.
Kenapa dia hilang? Tak ada matahari. Oh shit, dia pergi kutub selatan ke apa kan? Tak. Bagi pendapat aku lah, harapan aku adalah aku nak tengok apa jadi dengan merging tu. Macam mana betul-betul merge. Kalau nak kata teori Brazil aku, dia orang merge betul-betul lah. Cuma what we call that, Eliaston macam penakut sikit. Mungkin yang pengikut dia masuk tu semua dah kena merge. Itulah cara kalau dia orang nak merge, akan ada sakit atau apa. And then second, I would love to see on how Candice punya behaviour lepas ni. Itu satu, dalam buku 7. And then lepas tu, of course, aku nak tahu apakah Sarah punya impression apabila Jordan tak datang. Adakah it will not work out kalau kau tak datang macam ni? Nampaknya aku dengan Aubrey je lah, macam kau tak merestui. Oh, lagi sakit. Jadi gunting je, tak ada pengasah batang. And then satu lagi je lah, pasal I think macam apa yang Abang Feris cakap, the heart of Smallville kan, the heart of the story, which is Lana Lang. Macam mana dia nak lawan. Tapi satu saja aku nak cakap asal benda ni, bila aku tengok balik siri CW ni, aku tengok cerita struggle. Kau tahu sebab apa tak? The crisis of the whole world is there. If you see Marvel story, bila benda stake dekat ni, presiden semua tahu, semua orang akan tahu, semua orang akan jadi gila tau kan. Because dia bukan macam Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange kalau punya cerita, dia contain sebab dia tak beritahu perkara tu dengan Spiderman atau apa kan. Tetapi bila ada DOD involved, takkan presiden tak tahu Aspen buat apa, siapa Muhammad Bizarro tu. Tak ada. Bagi aku macam presiden tak nak campur ke? Kenapa ada general dia? So bagi aku sense of urgency tu tak ada jugalah. It's not worse than struggle. Struggle macam benda tu meletup depan mata. Tak apa, benda tu orang kampus pun tak erti. Polis cuma datang dalam dua scene je. Tapi dalam Superman, I kind of see that it's all happened in Smallville. In last season, we see something in Metropolis. But in this season, only in Smallville. Even though the stake is high, with DOD involved. So, aku feeling maybe sebab budget restrain ke apa. But I hope on next season, maybe korang upkan lagi ke cerita ni, buat masuk HBO Max ke, barulah ada tendensi untuk kita rasa nak ready balik ke apa ke. Yeah, I really hope that kind of thing actually. Because if this keep on happening, aku rasa susah lah kalau diorang nak sebagai siri yang bagus. Siri ni bagus, tapi momentum untuk orang lain nak ikut. Lepas tu kau break. Masa kau break tu, Netflix dah masuk dah cerita-cerita best. Orang akan lupa. Ha. And then what we call that, cerita-cerita macam kita tahun lepas kan, Superman and Lois take half a year to finish. Invisible dah habis, WandaVision dah habis, Satu Milky Soldier dah habis. Orang akan borak pasal benda tu je. Superman and Lois, ada ke? Kau dah hilang half viewership kau. So I really hope something gonna be fixed lah. Dah lah kau banyak dah 57 je. Itu saja harapan aku lah.
The only way you can fix this break semua is for the show to move to HBO Max, because Americans are so used to this break. To them it's normal. So the only way you can decide is to move to HBO Max or move to a cable operator, and then you get to see every week. Otherwise, if it's on terrestrial, you'll forever have breaks.
Confirm, ya, betul.
Americans are used to it.
I think this will be the last season of Superman Lois that we will cover lah, unless they go to somewhere else.
Go to HBO Max okay lah.
If they go to HBO Max, I would support them But yeah, at this juncture, this will be the last season. Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah perbincangan kita malam ini. Terima kasih kerana setia menonton. Terima kasih juga kepada para panelis kita, Kaki Cosplay Wan Muhammad, Kaki Review Film kita Feris, dan juga DC Fanbase Malaysia Justin Cheng. Apakah pendapat korang tentang episod Superman Lois minggu lepas, dan apakah harapan korang untuk episod minggu ini? Tell us in the comment section below. Itu saja untuk malam ini. Majulah fandom untuk negara. Bye guys.
Three way. No